Bitcoin has been around for a long time, but I want to omit talking about the past too much. Let's just point out some of the basics. You can go read the white paper if you like, but essentially it was supposed to be used as eCash. There are a limited amount of coins that are mined. A block is generated approximately every 10 minutes. It's an open ledger, you can view all the transactions, etc. This is just a big level overview. I'm not going to get into the weeds. The intention was eCash. Let's fast forward to when Bitcoin started gaining adoption and popularity and more users started paying more attention to it. This is all great in my opinion. I like the decentralized nature, its intent, its general potential future use case. And over the last decade, the price of one Bitcoin has gone from, around 1,000 to about 100,000, as adoption and interest have been increasing, including its scarcity. Great. If you're an early miner of Bitcoin or even just were lucky enough to have bought some back in its early days, hats off to you. It's like winning a small or large lottery depending on your holdings. Let's fast forward a little bit, and because of the popularity of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, we have a slew of other cryptos trying to compete or start up a Bitcoin-like cryptocurrency. Some of these feature X, some have this feature Y, some have 1 billion coins, some have less. Some are tied to an actual business, some are just meme coins pegged to internet popularity. Some hedge themselves to famous people promoting it or even just mentioning it. Haktua. So like most things in history, we as humans will try to duplicate, replicate, and benefit off something that will enrich us or personally benefit us. Many of these projects have failed, and some have succeeded, or at least continue to succeed by increasing the value of the project coin or whatever. Parallel to this, the governments and financial institutions are taking notice, sitting on the sidelines until they act. Eventually they do act, and Bitcoin is now digital gold, an asset much like gold. So gold, not eCash? The scarcity is its inherent value. Much like gold, mining a Bitcoin is expensive to produce. Special hardware and large amounts of energy are required. And now that Bitcoin is digital gold, you're taxed on it like it were a piece of physical gold. So that one Bitcoin you mined in 2014 that was valued at the time of, let's say 1,000 is now valued at 100,000. And if you were ever in need of transferring that value into the economy, i.e. converting it to cash or even just paying for something with direct Bitcoin, you're going to be taxed at the capital gains rate in your location. In many cases, this could be 30 to 50%. As such, you can also take a write-down on it if it shoots down in price. So the government had the easiest job. Oh, people are making money from it? Okay, great. Just tax it as capital gains. Just add it as a new schedule or whatever, or add a new tax form. Super easy, done and done. The financial markets are having a field day with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. While Bitcoin seems to be, and I do say seems to be for the time being, the crypto of choice, the rich that have extra money that need to park it somewhere can now do so in a higher risk ETF such as BlackRock's IBIT. After all, how much land can you own? Also, land has its own issues, especially if you want to be a landlord. You got to pay property taxes and deal with unruly people from time to time. If you have plenty of money, a 1 to 5% diversification investment into something that might 10x in 10 years is not bad. And if it doesn't 10x, it's not the end of the world because you have land. Same with the middle class and even the lower middle class, as it has potential of being somewhat like a future lottery ticket. If we base it on past performance, 10x in 10 years, hey, why not? Better chances than a lottery ticket. So now that you can buy Bitcoin in an ETF, isn't Bitcoin now reliant on the continued purchase from outside investors? And isn't it now integrated into the financial system just like any other type of index fund like gold? Is the value and price now pegged to the scarcity and decentralized nature? Or is it now that investors need to buy it for the price to move up? The next time the Bitcoin halving occurs, less Bitcoin rewards issued to miners, more scarcity, right? What if there's no interest from investors buying the ETF at that point? There are also many companies that have pegged businesses to the price of Bitcoin. How does this reflect the price? Less mined Bitcoin plus less buying? Maybe there is something more juicy to buy next time, like an AI stock or energy stock. Or is it that there are just too many extremely wealthy people that need another conduit to park their money? There are obvious questions behind the mining of Bitcoin and, of course, diminishing returns. If energy prices are low, Bitcoin prices are high, this makes sense to spend money on mining equipment and infrastructure. If energy prices are high and Bitcoin prices not so high, less of an incentive. So for many reasons, the value of Bitcoin needs to continue to climb and climb for this all to make sense. Energy prices seem always to move up, and with all this data center hype around building AI farms and hyperscalers, and then maybe the future of energy will be directed into AI, causing the price of energy to continue to climb. And if Bitcoin price does not go up, incentives go down. Other financial companies are using Bitcoin as their primary investment vehicle, but this is all pegged to the price of Bitcoin moving up. The price needs to move up. How do you get the price to move up? Well, like any other marketplace, people need to buy it. And now there are more people than ever that want to sell it to you. A good long-term investment for your future? Maybe, maybe not. An immediate benefit for the financial companies? Yes. If we pull out the financial products, I wonder what the price of Bitcoin would be. In my opinion, the financialization of Bitcoin might have been its greatest enemy. Let's also talk about the replacement of the dollar with Bitcoin. There are many people that think this might happen or hope this might happen. This is based on fiat money being doomed to fail, based on money printing, debasement of a currency, debt levels, cost of goods rising, all the above. While I do have thoughts on the fiat money system and the printing of money, it all comes down to debt. It's really not that difficult to figure out. I don't have enough X. I need you to lend me X, and I'll pay it back to you. If I can't pay it back right now, I'll give you a little X, a little bit at a time. If I can't pay you the full X amount, I'll just pay you the little X amount until I can pay you the full X, okay? If you agree to this, and that's the way it happened, both parties agree, and now a party will still get a little X in the meantime if they can't pay the big X. If I need you to pay the full X now, we might have a problem, but maybe we can deal in Y, or increase the amount of X that I give you. Anyways, let's get back to Bitcoin replacing money. In my opinion, this will not happen because Bitcoin, unfortunately, although its protocol is open and nodes and mining are somewhat decentralized, the holders are not. So this would mean that Strategy, currently the largest holder of Bitcoin, would reign supreme, and some guy that mined it in his basement 20 years ago could be the wealthiest person on the planet, and the miners that are using the cheapest energy in the world would join them. I find it worrisome that all over the internet there are so many people that have such conviction that Bitcoin will do this and that or be worth this or that. In my opinion, it's all speculation. Well, maybe not as much as in recent years, as now it has the unfortunate job of consistently being a performing asset by Wall Street and others. If your quarterly projections are off, someone's going to dump the stock. Maybe they'll buy in later, maybe not. What's the point of this video? I'm not sure. This is a dump of my general thoughts on Bitcoin. In one way, it has redeeming qualities. On the other, it may have been doomed from its inception. If it's not eCash, did we miss the plot?